What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 31 of If I Had a Hammer. And today, we're going to be taking on Premier League leaders Arsenal in one of the various London derbies we have this season. But of course, before we get to that, we must go over how we've been faring in the league thus far, as well as the FA Cup matches that we've played. And one little piece of transfer news that we'll get to right off the bat is, of course, one player that has voiced his displeasure over the last couple of months about not starting every single match and has looked to move away from West Ham. And of course, the player I'm referring to is Jamie Vardy. The 32-year-old did not want to play for us anymore if he wasn't going to be the everyday starter. I was mixing him and Optimum up starting just to see who would have the better time out. And Jamie Vardy has more goals, had the most goals on the club this season. But if he wasn't starting every game, he was not happy. And of course, if he wasn't scoring goals, his average rating went down significantly. He had an average of 6.75 for the season. That's not good if you have 9 goals in your 16 appearances. So I felt like I needed to get some sort of money, some sort of value for him, and a couple of Chinese clubs were coming in. So ultimately, I sold him off to Guangzhou Evergrande for a fee of 3.4 million straight up. It is really sad to see him go because he still has the pace and the finishing ability to, score multiple goals, and I'm sure he'll score a lot of goals in China, but it would have been nice to hold on to him. But if he wasn't going to be happy at the club, then might as well move on from him. But Jamie Vardy did not get a single goal scored for the rest of his time here at West Ham, even though he started here today in our 1-0 victory against Newcastle, which was the first match after our loss to Watford in the last live com. Sebastian Driussi got the goal in the day, actually in the 73rd minute. That was the only goal, I should say, out of 6 on target and 14 in total, as we had 56% possession. Up and down the pitch, we played better than average, to be quite honest with you. Our defense held solid at the back, and then Jack Butland in net, stopping all 5 shots coming his way to preserve the clean sheet. A nice 3 points after what was honestly a dismal performance versus Watford. But then against Manchester City, we didn't put up a dismal performance. We played rather average, if not above average at some points, but we didn't come away with a single goal as Manchester City beat us by the score of 2-0. A brace from Romelu Lukaku, who transferred to Man City this past summer, and then Sergio Aguero failed to hit on a penalty in the 76th, so we were very lucky on that end. We only had 2 shots on target, though. Majority possession, but at the same time, majority possession in this case didn't really lead to anything, as Man City were able to counterattack with ease and strike pretty much at will in the second half, as they were able to get all 3 points. We then had a very perplexing match against Everton. We lost by the score of 1-0, with Berahino getting the only goal in the 17th minute. Once again, it was pretty much a carbon copy of how he did against Manchester City, average to above average, but Fellaini once again attracting the ire of the ref and getting a red card didn't help matters much. It pretty much stifled our offense for the rest of the match. We had several chances in the first half, but I felt like Everton did very well defensively to stifle us in the second half, and like I said, with Fellaini being sent off, our offense just went away completely, and we were not able to grab a goal. We weren't able to grab a point against an Everton side that were sitting in 14th place. And to make matters worse, we didn't come away with a single goal after 19 shots against Wycombe in the FA Cup. It ended in a 0-0 draw, and we had to take them on in a replay at their place. We had almost 60% possession, but it was only the 3 shots on target what killed us. Our finishing was not clinical. We were not aiming. We were just shooting just to shoot, thinking that it would go in, but ultimately it didn't happen. The only disappointing person on the day was Optimum. He did not have a single shot on target, as he just went left, right, and over the top. Rather disappointing, like I said. So we had to take him on in a replay. We were able to take care of Wycombe on the replay as we defeated them by a score of 3-0. Carol Linné, Optimum, and Mark Noble all goal scorers on the day. It also helped that Wycombe had a red card, and they were down to 10 men for the last 24 minutes of the match. 22 shots, 13 on target, 56% possession. If you keep peppering the opponent's net with those 13 shots, more than likely one of them is going in, and this time we got around to getting 3 of them. Interesting to note, Wycombe had 16 shots of their own, so very fortunate that they didn't have anything to answer back, as we were able to get the clean sheet and move on to the 5th round, where we'll be taking Ipswich after the match versus Arsenal. There were messages in the mail about myself getting sacked after this match, and rightfully so. Only a 0-0 against Aston Villa after having almost 60% possession, 14 shots with half of them being on target. How did none of those go in? It's really an indictment of the players, and that their finishing is just really, really bad. It's took a turn for the worse this season. Nobody played particularly bad, but at the same time, we just need to learn how to finish. We need to finish better. It also didn't help that Julian Dessart went and tore up his knee in this match and is going to be out for the next 2 months. And I remember buying him in the summer and saying that he was like Jack Wilshere minus the injury history. Well, now that he's got himself a torn up knee, I can start comparing him honestly to Jack Wilshere. And hopefully this is just a one-time thing and that he will not be constantly injured. Because look at his downward arrows going. His ability is going down. His mobility is going down. Hopefully he'll come back for the stretch run and be a better player and, you know, come back with a vengeance and start doing all the good things they did earlier in the season. But then the last match before today's match versus Arsenal, we defeated Swansea by a score of 2-1. Yo Poliampalo getting a brace for us in the 31st and 70th minute. 16 shots, 10 of them on target, 65% possession. We limited Swansea very much, but they were still able to get a shot with a goal. Other than that, everyone played very well. Defensively, we were able to close them down after that one goal, preventing them from knotting the match up once again as we come away with all 3 points. So after that run, we are currently sitting firmly in the middle of the table, 9th place, with 37 points through 25 matches. I thought Arsenal was sitting at the top, but I guess Manchester United played a match already and have already won, so now they're in first place. Arsenal sitting in second, with Chelsea and Tottenham sitting third and fourth respectively. Southampton and Newcastle's dropping further down the table, and then looking at the relegation side, Cardiff, Derby, and Aston Villa, that has not changed. Like I said, this is going to be a very difficult match versus an Arsenal side that is looking to try and win the title this year, so I'm looking for them to pull out all the stops in this match. So let's go take a look at the team sheets. So as you would expect, Arsenal coming out in a 4-2-3-1. We're going to try and play them back a little bit, try and withstand the pressure, and then push back with a counterattack of our own. So we're going with a 4-5-1. Jack Butland's going to be in net with Callum Chambers, Tommy Hoban, Lucas, and Brendan Galloway along the back line. Mark Noble will be the defensive mid with Van Andrisha and Fellaini, the 2 center mids. Our wingers will be Driussi and Zivkovic, as Payet is actually on the bench. He is back from his injury, but he is still not truly fully fit to start. So Driussi is going to be in his place. And then, of course, Poliampalo sitting up front in the lone striker role. Cross fingers, hopefully Arsenal don't kick our ass too much, and I'd be lucky if we come away with a draw. I'd actually be happy if we come away with a draw, but let's go kick off and see what happens. Free kick, Zivkovic, edge of the box, trying to find Poliampalo, who just misses the far post. 3 minutes in, we could have had a goal right there. 16 minutes gone, Diego Costa for Arsenal, bringing it back to Alexis Sanchez, finds Aaron Ramsey, it's blocked away, and that's going out for a throw. 18 minutes gone, we're bringing the ball up the pitch, Zivkovic, cutting inside, gets it out to Driussi, through to Poliampalo. It's saved by Geronimo Rulli, and Geronimo, who was a player I was actually looking for replacing Butland. Actually, Arsenal were looking to try and get Butland off of me, eventually going after Rulli. Decent movement up the middle, Van Andrisha out to Chambers, who's way far up. That was probably ill-advised of him as a pass. Alexis Sanchez now coming forward. He's cutting inside. He's still cutting inside. It's a good save from Butland as the ball goes out for a corner. We're doing okay to withstand all this pressure from Arsenal, but at the same time, we need to turn around and start creating chances of our own. Diego Costa. Oh, Alexis. Brandon Galloway did not take the ball off of Alexis Sanchez. That was a really poor tackle. And then Alexis turns it around, shoots at far post, and Arsenal up 1-0. I take back everything I just said. I take it all back because we didn't do well to withstand the pressure Arsenal had. Brandon Galloway just seems to have gone into stasis lock right there. He just, with that frozen pose, no idea what he was doing. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Arsenal coming forward once again, just a couple minutes later. Alexis to the byline, Kevin De Bruyne, and shoots it wide. Good takeaway from the ball. Driussi going to the byline. Does have someone in the box he could just... Oh, Hector Bellerin just takes it off him like it's nothing. How did we not do anything right there? Going deep into their area and then just turning around doing nothing. Now Arsenal probably on a counterattack here. Sanchez out on the wing, brings it inside. It's back out to Hector Bellerin, who has Diego Costa in the box. Alexis Sanchez there too, but it's a good save from Butland. Well, we're only 1-0 down, but we're really not having the best of times on the ball. We've gotten deep into their area, as I've shown, but we're just not turning around. We're not putting in good crosses, and we're not, making their goalkeeper work. We're not making Rulli work. So I want to try and do that in the second half if we want to take away anything from this match. Free kick, Zivkovic trying to get into the box, but it's cleared away. We do still have the ball. Noble through to Lucas, who's way up, but takes a shot from 20 yards out and really wasn't going to go anywhere. 10 minutes into this half now, and Arsenal, off of a throw-in, are doing well with moving the ball up. Bernat can put in a cross. I'm sure he can, but it goes back out to Ander Herrera, to De Bruyne. Bernat being mugged off right now by Callum Chambers, but he's still trying to find a way. Van den Driesche needs to watch his tackles. Mesut Ozil just missing the far post. Hour gone, and we're doing okay with the ball now, with the movements. Galloway up the wing, tries to get inside Driussi to Van den Driesche. Zivkovic, take the shots! And Zivkovic has knotted the match up. Come on, you Irons, it's 1-1. Just before the 61st minute, some great passing. I honestly thought that Arsenal was going to take the ball off of us right here, but then Driussi just sliding it through, and Zivkovic beating Rulli at the near post, and knots the match up at 1. 10 minutes from time, and we have the ball. Carolinetti out to Sam Byram. If he can whip it across, he does! It bounces off the crossbar. That was the perfect opportunity for us to get a goal and to take the lead with just 10 minutes to go. But Zivkovic smacks it off the crossbar. Throw in 4 minutes from time. Polian is out on the wing. Tried to find Driussi, tried to slip it through, but has to go all the way back out to the center line. Oh, one-touch passing. I love it. Zivkovic tries to slide through to Driussi, but it's cleared away from Arsenal. And now they're coming forward on an attack. Shaqiri. Oh, it's a good tackle away. A very good tackle away, but can we do anything with it? Driussi up the left. Gets around Hector Bellerin. Gets it into Noble. Oh, Polian, please! No! 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. We're into it, and we have one more attack. Noble, can he snapshot from the top? Byram. I don't know if that's going to be a goal kick. It'll be a corner. So with a minute left in this match, we have ourselves a corner. Cresswell goes short to Driussi, who tries to find... Oh my god, it went off the post. It went off the far post. Tommy Hoban heading it on. 15 seconds left. This is the last attacking chance for Arsenal, really. The ball goes out for a throw, and the ref should be blowing his whistle. There it is, full time. We come away with a point against Arsenal at the Olympic Stadium. Be quite honest with you, I'll take it. As I said at the beginning of the match, I'll take a draw. Very unfortunate we couldn't get all 3 points after Zivkovic hitting the post, Polian hitting the post, Tommy Hoban in stoppage time hitting the crossbar. It's very unfortunate we couldn't get a second goal, but can't fault the boys on the day. They fought brilliantly and they got a draw. So at the end of the day, really that's all that matters, getting a point. We still sit in 9th place. Let's take a look at our schedule, see when we'll come back. So this is what our next month's worth of fixtures looks like. We have Ipswich in the FA Cup next, and if we beat them, the quarterfinal match should take place within the next month, so you can just tack on an extra match there. Of course, we have 2 more London derbies in Chelsea and Tottenham. Those are always going to be tough. We have Cardiff sticking in there, Burnley as well, but we'll probably come back versus Bournemouth, which may be a little bit longer than a month away, but we'll still have a good set of matches in the league so we can determine, see how well we have done and where we have moved in the table. Will we probably stay around 9th place? I think so. My prediction is we'll stay around 9th, maybe move up to 8th place. But when we come back next episode, we'll face off against Bournemouth away at the Vitality Stadium. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If y'all liked what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and you want to see more content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.